the transfer from Louisiana Tech. And Nevada has it to open up the second half of play. They're 17-10 overall, 10-5 in the conference. That's good enough for third place. Half game behind the idled Utah State Aggies for second place. Utah State owns the tiebreak by virtue of winning the lone head-to-head matchup this season. And a turnover by Nevada.
Well, maybe they're starting this out, Jalen Harris. He got a turnover to start the half.
They had 6 turnovers in the first half, did Nevada to 3 by Fresno State. Points off of turnovers, 9 for Fresno State in that first half. And a ton of trends in that first half. Offensive rebounds were big. A combined 15 of them, and the two teams shot not poorly. Nevada shot 50%.
Why coaches are always talking about communication. Your teammates should be helping you. It's not just you that has to know that. All 4 guys in the court should be yelling shot clock, shot clock. So that's a tough break for Fresno State.
You know what I think happened on the possession arrow on the tie-up? He probably assumed that it went back to 20 on the shot clock, and he wasn't looking. But 7 was there, and turnover by Fresno State. Johnson glides in to get the shot, and Grimes, who didn't score much in the first half but was key on the glass, picked up 2 fouls, got the rebound there. And Drew in the passing lane steals it, and Drew all the way in and scores it.
Well, again, we talk about good turnovers and bad turnovers, and believe it or not, there's a difference, because this is a bad turnover. This leads to a basket. You know, you don't mind the turnovers. Here it is. Drew's with the anticipation. Just did a great job getting in the passing lanes.
Just the 4th turnover of the evening for the Bulldogs. Nevada back out in front as a result of the turnover and the bucket by Drew. Double team came. Robinson recognized it. Grimes skies up for an offensive board and got it knocked away from behind. That was John Carlos Reyes, who averages almost
some rebounds. Wow, is that huge?
They have 30 a game. That foul was on New Williams, his 3rd. He's got to go to the bench. Harris misses. Rebound Hart, and he's going to start the break back the other way. They have numbers 3 on 2, and Hart draws contact. First on Jazz Johnson.
You're going to be susceptible to getting fouls. So it's Fresno State that's just really, I think, playing a spirited basketball game to hang in this game now. They're really playing well together, and they've just got to get some stops. Easier said than done against this Nevada team.
Nevada's won 9 straight home games overall as Harris misses. And of course,
maintain possession.
Harris is averaging 26 points a game in Mountain West Conference play. Goes inside to Drew. Drew to Robbie Robinson. Great recognition to a wide open Robinson because of the double team in the lane.
Well, it's really, that's just presence of mind to know that, hey, I'm getting double teamed. He had a great post up, but he finds a cutting player. You want to occupy a ball cut to the basket. He was there. Great job.
That was Robinson's first made field goal of the game. He's a transfer after playing a year at San Diego City College, where he averaged 15 points, 10 rebounds. By the way, that's a great pathway for transfer into San Diego State University in the Cal State system. That's San Diego City College. Don't forget that. Hyder launches for a 3, in and out. Boy, he knocked down 3 of those in the first half.
He had 9 first half points and was on fire.
Here's Harris. Harris going to work to the hole, and 3rd on the freshman Orlando Robinson. So he joins New Williams with 3 apiece. Justin Hudson leaves him in, and that's
the boards. Fresno State maintains their prowess on the glass.
Inbound to a wide open Jazz Johnson. He misses, and the long rebound comes to Williams. Ahead to Hart with Harris closing. That sat out last year after transferring from Louisiana. May earn a starting
I read
spot
the same
this year.
thing. I heard the same thing, or at least we talked about it. That's something. And of course the SID, we were talking, said, I might have said that earlier. I think he owned up to it, but you never know what you know later. It's easier hindsight.
Johnson an open 3. He missed it. By the way, Nate Grimes picked up his 3rd personal. Here's Williams playing with 3 personals, and he turns it over. Harris ahead, and Harris throws it down.
Well, again, turnovers and bad turnovers. That's just a tough turnover for Fresno State. They're playing such good basketball, but they cannot afford to make direct line passes to the guys in the white jerseys.
That gives Nevada a 2-point advantage here. 15:50 to go. Deep 3 by Hart is good.
you know, you've got that type of firepower, Steve. If you just take care of the basketball and get a good shot, you're going to put pressure on your opponents.
Fresno State grabbing back the lead at 49-48 as we seesaw back and forth on this Saturday in the Mountain West Conference. A Saturday in which San Diego State lost for the first time all year. UNLV went down to Viejas Arena and won.
Certainly, if you're going to lose it into the season.
Oh, you had to sneak that in.
Well, but the point I'm making is they were on a run. They got on a run, and so they were the hottest team. They started winning games after that. Our loss against us might have helped that team. So San Diego State might be in the same format, and you know, they have an X on their back every game. They just do. So you're going to have to play through that.
Harris flying at Blackwell, but not in time as Blackwell buries the three to make it 52-48.
And remember, Steve, he's coming off of 25 points in his last game. If they get him going, that's going to be, I think that could really challenge Nevada. They're going to have to pay attention to Blackwell.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention before we went to the break, New Williams picked up his 4th personal foul, so he goes out at the 15-23 mark with his team up 1. They've stretched the lead out to 4 now. Reyes put it on the floor to Johnson, who's wide open. Holland lost him, and it's going to cost the Bulldogs.
You know, you talk about Jalen Harris all the time, you forget about Jazz Johnson and just how tough he is, because he nails shots. Just when you think you're able to get a little separation, he says, I'm back here, and you're going to have to contend with me. That's just quite a 1-2 punch.
His 16 points a game makes him the 7th leading scorer in the Mountain West Conference. And between Harris and Johnson,
Jalen Harris, you can't forget about Jazz Johnson. It's just hard.
Nevada is within 1 after Johnson's big 3. Over the top it goes. Himes just came in. Grimes picks him up. Johnson controls between the circles. Plenty of time to shoot. Blackwell's a good defender, picked him up. Here's a deep 3 by Harris. And knocked away by Grimes, but the offensive rebound to Himes. Into Harris, it got blocked from behind. Transition now for Fresno State. Nice defensive sequence there by the Bulldogs. They had to use a lot of energy, though. Hart, crossover on Drew, goes to work in the hole. Grimes got the offensive rebound and finger rolls it in.
You talk about Grimes and how important he is. 10 rebounds a game. How many players in the country don't averaging double figures? He does, but he really is effective on the offensive end, Steve.
Averaging almost 12 points and exactly 10 rebounds a game.
I think both teams make it.
Robinson in foul trouble as well, so.
Now they missed him. They're going to have to get him back in the game because he can be a factor.
Even at 54, Zouzois back in. He had a strong first half with 11 points off the bench to jumpstart Nevada, who got down a dozen in the first half. Hyder clutches the 3 and buries another one, his 4th of the game.
Love the way Noah Blackwell found his teammate on that play. You've got to honor Blackwell coming off his career high, and he just finds his teammate. Great dish.
Hyder's been really good with the ball lately. It's 6 assists, no turnovers the other day against Air Force. And there's a 3, and who else? Zouzois, right?
You just mentioned him, and he was on fire in the first half, and he's not slowing down, showing no signs of slowing down the second half.
57 apiece, and
give the player rhythm, and now he's feeling it.
Second on Jazz Johnson. Robinson up high for the screen. And Blackwell into Robinson, post up on Himes now.
Direction. And they do.
Robinson missed them both. Remains a 57-57 game.
Nice student section back there, and everybody.
Nevada's won 19 straight Mountain West Conference games in this building. They want a shot at San Diego State next Saturday in their final home game. Himes misses. Tip by Drew didn't go. Holland.
Very hot shooting senior in Israel Zouzois.
One of only 2 returners from last year's squad that went to the NCAA tournament, the other being Jazz Johnson. And Zouzois' younger brother plays football at Baylor. So they're having a really good run athletically in that family. And Hart with another big bucket.
Well, he's really quietly getting it done too. He's just knocking shots. You can see his confidence level just grows and grows as he knocks down shots.
He's made 3 threes. They've made 11 as a team, 15 for Hart. And Himes and Hart get tied
of teams. So if you can just come up with an extra loose ball, that's one extra possession. And it's important because if this comes down to one possession, who knows? That could be a huge factor.
A lot of fight in this 8th place team that's 10-17 overall, 6-10 in the conference, and for the first time in 6 seasons, they will not be 500 or better in the Mountain West Conference. No look, Blackwell inside to a streaking Robinson for the dunk.
And there's the quickness of the screen and the roll, almost a slip, Steve. That's a screen, a brush screen, and just a slip to the basket. Natives are restless in Reno.
Dozen for Robinson. Back to a 5-point advantage by Fresno State. They've been up by as many as a dozen. That was early in the first half.
They played well, and they played well against a very good team, Nevada team.
Just cleaning up those turnovers that reared their ugly head to start this second half of play, and Nevada turns it over right on cue. And Blackwell took an extra.
Be in the paint. You've got to have 2 guys or 1 guy in the paint, make him kick for an outside shot.
Drew drives, he was cut off. Himes passed up on the 3, trying to get into the hands of Harris. Drew to the corner to Himes. 9 to shoot. Drew lets it go and buries a big 3.
So calmly too, Steve. I mean, he just have his feet set and knocks down the shot again. Just when you think Fresno State's going to take some step and, elevate, expand, it's Nevada, big basket.
And Blackwell again.
Growing up, in the house.
Part of that either.
Well, everybody can feel sorry for you, but, he never felt sorry for himself. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
A lot of people felt sorry for him, but he never felt sorry for himself.
Lindsey Drew picked up his 3rd foul. Meeks got the rebound. They get into the hands of Harris now, trailing by 3. And Meeks trying to sky in for that offensive rebound. It's out of. Both teams have 11 offensive rebounds apiece in this game, and Fresno State averages 11 offensive rebounds. Harris missed, and a foul.
Players play, especially the better players. You want the officials, you want the players to make those plays. I didn't see much contact there. I really didn't.
16 foul on Fresno State. They feed Drew trying to post up over Blackwell, missed it. Grimes is back in and has another rebound.
You're not going to get it away from Mr. Grimes. He can really climb the glass and secure rebounds.
He's closing in on 10 rebounds in this game. Again, he averages a double-double, one of 3 players in the conference to average a double-double. Rising up is Holland for a big 3, and the freshman hits it.
Well, I like the ability. He took a pass at his shoot top, Steve, and that's not where you want to receive that pass. But he
Grimes all average a double-double.
Much respect, Steve, for anybody that can get double-figured rebounds. That's just not easy to do.
It's going to be fun to see who makes that 5-man Mountain West Conference first team. It's hard to pick. Here's Meeks, misses, and then a debate whether it's Harris or Flynn for Conference Player of the Year. Almost everyone I've talked to has said Malachi Flynn, just by the virtue of winning the regular season, and they're 26-1. Over the top this time to Grimes from Blackwell. Lost the handle. Drew has it. Zouzoua been amazing off the bench. Got it. Harris to inbound to Meeks. I would say Harris for sure on the Mountain West Conference first team as he misses there. I'd put Flynn on there, Sam Merrill, and then your last 2 spots you go with Matt Mitchell, Justin Bean, or Yanni Wetzel. I was going with Bean, but one coach told me I think I'd go with Yanni Wetzel. I'm going to start a blog. How about that?
We had Sam Merrill a week ago. He was on fire.
Oh, big 3 by
Blackwell. Speaking of on fire,
yep.
Noah Blackwell, just, he coming off that career high, and he's feeling it. He's a guy down the stretch. If you have confidence, you got to put the ball in his hands, Steve.
Stretches the lead out to 9 with just over 7 minutes to go. Nevada's in trouble. Got 2 games left after this one. Zouzoua drives and gets the friendly bounce off the back of the rim.
And he's been their answer all night. He's really stepped up when his teams needed him. That was a huge basket because it was Fresno State who'd be coming down here to try to extend double digit.
16 for Zouzoua off the bench. The Bryant transfer, the holdover, only averages 10 points a game. And Grimes, count it, from Black. He's had 6 straight games with 10 or more rebounds. He misses one there. So it's a 9-point advantage with 6:44 to go.
Interesting to see after that timeout if Nevada's now going to continue to put the ball in Jalen Harris's hands or let Drew create from the outside, because he's been successful tonight in doing so.
Harris only has 2 second-half points. Zuzwa. Oh, you don't need Harris when you got Zuzwa knocking these down.
Well,
19 for him.
Steve Alford knows his team a lot better than us, because he put the ball in the guy's hands. It's just been carrying them.
7 of 9 shooting. He's got 5 threes. They're within 6, coming up on 6 to go.
And the ones he missed were bottomed out too, Steve.
Deep three, Hyder. And a miss for Hyder. Hyder's made 4 threes in the game. He's 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. And Drew
on the bench. Be interesting to see how much longer he'll stay there. Rule of thumb is you leave him there as long as you've got the lead, long as you can.
On that offensive foul, a big turnover for Nevada, their 10th of the game, although they cleaned up. Only had 3 here in the second half. Hart, erratic shot. Grimes was looking for a 10th board. Instead, Holland got it. Another offensive rebound.
And he kept it alive. That's Nate Grimes who made that play.
That's their 13th offensive rebound of the game. Blackwell missed. Zuzwa the rebound. See if they don't try and get Harris more involved. He's in the corner there. Here's Johnson. Again, just 2 of his 16 points in the second half.
You know, and I mentioned conversely, it's Nevada's going to have to go out and get some stops too, because
all right, it's a 4-point game here, and Hyder lost the handle on it. Johnson comes away with it. Johnson drives in with a left hand and scores it. It's a 2-point game.
Wow, I thought there was a lot of contact coming up the floor. No call. They're letting them play both ends, Steve.
Exactly 2 minutes ago, it was a 9-point game in favor of Fresno State. They've given up 7 points here in the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Just when we talked about whether or not they can close it. Blackwell, a big 3 attempt, no good, no foul, and it goes to Johnson. Had a chance to tie, perhaps take the lead. Johnson for the lead, 33, and Nevada back out in front.
How fast did that lead disappear? It was just seconds ago, it seemed.
At the 6:44 mark, Fresno State led by 9. Hart. Johnson and a foul. So a 1-and-1 right now.
Too hard. Let's not let it go. Let's regroup. We've come back all game and see if we can get back on the board.
Jazz Johnson has scored in double figures in 23 straight games now.
I like the zone pressure, back to man. Just make Fresno State take a little time, try to hurt their rhythm a little bit.
12-0 run for Nevada. They lead by 3. Coming up on 3 minutes to go. Grimes sets the screen high for Blackwell. 4 to shoot. Blackwell drives, pull-up free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound Harris.
That's a good defensive possession for Nevada. If you're the Wolfpack, you're happy with that possession.
Nevada trying to win an 11th conference game, which would tie him with Utah State for second place, but Utah makes seeds 6 through 11 play Wednesday, March 4th. You got to win 4 in a row. Fresno State will be in that 6 through 11.
Let me say this now. If I'm in that tournament, I don't want to see Fresno State.
Yeah.
I think they're playing awfully well. Justin Hudson's team, they compete. They really get the job done, and they show up.
And they could be in the 8-9 game, which would put them up against San Diego State in the quarterfinals on Thursday.
Interesting, but they played well. Make no mistake, they played their behinds off tonight.
They're now down 5 after leading by 9 at the 6:44 mark. Blackwell, an important 3, no good. Grimes gets the board, puts it up, and scores it.
And that's double figures.
That ends the 14-0 run.
Double figure rebound once again for Nate Grimes.
So he's got another double-double.
1 possession game, Steve.
Here's Harris through traffic, and Harris gets it to fall. (78-73), inside of 2 to go. What a comeback for Nevada. Grimes against Robinson. He should be able to take him here. Blackwell over the top. Double team came to Grimes. Zuzwa, not through. And Grimes misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Boy, it's that same pattern over and over again for Fresno State, huh?
Well, that's tough. I mean, that's you know, you earn that right, but that's you got to come away with something at the free throw line.
Here's Harris. Johnson set the screen. Harris to Robinson. 7 to shoot. This would be a big defensive stand here for Fresno State. They need it. 4 to go on the shot clock. Zuzwa and a travel.
Well, that was a James game. It's crucial that Nevada gets out on the three-point shooters, Steve.
Of all the people for that to happen to, Zuzwa with 19 off the bench. Here we go, 1 minute to go. Hyder against Robinson, drives in and scores it.
Play by Jared Hyder.
And Hyder.
You want to foul, Steve. You want to make Nevada earn it. You just can't afford to put them at the free throw line.
They extend the pressure and
in the half court.
I saw Fresno State's pressure early in the season in person against the University of San Diego, and it did some good things. They break the press there. Here's Drew. If you foul now, it would be a 1-and-1.
Well, I think that's smart to sit back now and not foul. You still have a possession back, but you can't afford to foul.
10 to shoot. Harris is in a bit of trouble. Step back jumper, no good. And it's rebounded by Hart. Shot clock is off. Possession arrow belongs to Fresno State. How's it going to end tonight in Reno? Blackwell. Nothing on the perimeter. 8 to go. Williams. 2-point game. Williams, the senior, for the lead. The 3, no good.